Okay. Let's start with this one. This is a big one because recently getting back into the news, letting a longtime singer for most of my post, I want to say their lead singer for like the majority of my post high school life, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, so they let Gavin Dance. They have a new video out for Speed Demon and Straight from the Heart, which I think is interesting. Wait, I forget where. Yes, I use Bing. Or I don't really use Bing like that. Although I wouldn't, let me clarify. I wouldn't there's a lot of people that like, it's like if you were in a super religious family and they found out you were gay. That's how they argue against using Bing. I've used Bing, it's actually better, but it's literally it's one of those things like you ever bring up the fact that you have an Android around Apple people and they're just like, what's it like being the dumbest fuck in the world? You're just like, what are we doing? We're doing brand loyalty to corporations, you fucking loser. It's like, just use the phone. But yeah, those abstract status symbols are fucking insane to me. I don't mean to be like that fucking guy, but it is like, cause it's just the fact that it's like, oh, so you're cucked up to the biggest corporation, the biggest spying apparatus in the world. That's why you're cooler? Like, what? What are we doing? Like, don't be I guess my whole thing is like, don't be a part of the psyop, guys. Don't be a part of it. But like, also, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Tillian was on acceptance speech. So 2013. So yes, I graduated college in 2012. So for pretty much my entire post-college life, I've lived with a Tillian version of Dance Gavin Dance. But I've talked about it a bunch on the main channel. You can go watch that. We formed, specifically because of Tillian and the like, we formed the Law and Order Warped Tour unit, to investigate these crimes. And we investigated, and I got to be honest, we didn't have any hard evidence, so he's out, free to go. But, if we're indicting him in the court of what it seems like he did some of the stuff at least. But regardless, Dance Gavin Dance, maybe they disagreed, so they slow rolled letting him go, but they still let him go. And I find this interesting. I did not think they would put out music this quickly. Now, and I also too, I wouldn't think they would go on tour so quickly. They're on tour right now with who the fuck was it? Black Veil Bride and Falling in Reverse. I pay attention because Ronnie Radke is just a deep well of drama. And whenever I try not to be a big drama guy, but drama always gets us. So, and Ronnie Radke's good for it. Because Ronnie Radke's fun for drama because you can go both ways on him. Because he's right sometimes. But then, he'll put out shirts where he'll be like, fuck cancel culture. Which, I think cancel culture is real. These people who go, there's no such thing as cancel culture. And you're like, come on, let's grow the fuck up. Just because someone did. Because a lot of the people who go like, there's no such thing as cancel culture, that guy's still alive and breathing. And he's still, you're like, well, that's not the standard. It's kind of like, you look at where he was and where he is and how much he lost because a bunch of people were, inaccurate on their psychotic criticisms and shit like that. That's cancel culture, which is real. It's a real thing. Thankfully, because the internet's gotten to a place it's gotten, you can have alternative paths of income and shit like that. But it's still real. It's just new. It's just in a different form. People are like, yeah, well, they're not, penniless dying on the street like Edgar Allan Poe, so cancel culture is not real. And you're like, all right, okay. You're autistic is what you are. You're actually autistic. But yeah, regardless of cancel culture being real, putting out a hoodie that says like fuck cancel culture is in fact cringe. And also, I don't know. I've never gotten like a mass amount of tattoos that I utterly regret, but at the same time, I'll give it to you. But dude, doing the whole blackout tattoo is crazy to me. I don't know if I've made this point before, but like I get regretting tattoos, but and unless the meaning of the tattoos are just intensely negative, I would just rather an armful of shitty tattoos than just blacking out my entire arm. Maybe it's because I've grown up pale as fuck, but just having an entire arm of black ink, that just seems like it'd be very hot in the summer. I'd have to wear long sleeves all day, and then I'm double hot. I don't know, and it just looks goofy. Especially on like, white dude with all blacked out arms. I don't know. It's boring. It's weird looking. I don't know. I'm not a fan. But either way, Dance Gavin Dance. I did think it was an interesting move. They sort of moved to going on the tour with Ronnie Radke. They are in a precarious situation. I think because for a while the controversy within Dance Gavin Dance would be just like, this guy's leaving, now that guy's leaving, that guy's on drugs, that guy's on drugs, da-da-da. But now it's like venturing over into a lot of people. Like, they're casual. I see a lot of times when I post these videos, the Dance Gavin Dance fans come out. They have a core audience that will not leave them no matter what. Like, they have to see a video of, like, John Mesh shooting a baby in the head for them to be like, okay, maybe you guys rethink this whole shooting the baby in the head. And then they'd give them, like, 2 more babies to shoot. And after the third one, they'd be like, I guess I won't listen to the new album. That's like how hardcore Dance Gavin Dance fans, but at the same time, with the nature of their band at this point, there's basically a sect of people who, based off ideology and shit like that, they're just like, I'm just not gonna fuck with that band. Now, after I was sort of thinking about the info being like, and it pains me because I was a big Tillian fan, but when you read all the info and you come to the conclusion where you're like, I think he did that shit. It really seems like he did that shit. It's tough because I really love his music and shit, but you got to kind of be an adult and you're like, yeah, I just don't feel comfortable fucking with his shit no more because I'm now at a point where I'm like, I genuinely believe he probably, the second one. I remember the first one was a little muddy because if you guys don't remember, he had like a shitload of info on the first one being like, this is why this bitch is lying. And the second one, he was like, hey, I'm really sorry. And you're like, why didn't you give a bunch of info on that one? Is it because she just was right and you're just covering? Okay. But what I'm trying to get at is I think, they might have taken a little bit too long to kick him out of the band, but that's not really a deal breaker for me. It's like they did it. They got rid of the guy who's fucked up. He's out of the band. But there's a lot of people who are like, no, you had a bad guy in your band. Now everyone can't make money ever. You guys didn't ritualistically kill yourselves all at the same. Like, there's people out there that were like, I need video of Dance Gavin Dance all in sync slitting their throats, and then I will forgive them. But yeah, I'm not like that. Could they have done it? I guess. Could they have done it a little earlier? I guess. But, they got him. I'm just... so that's why it seems like, I wonder if this tour going forward is them sort of associating themselves with, okay, we're going to hang out with the bad boys now. We're going to hang out in the bad boys club. And it would make sense like I said before, it would make a lot of sense just because there's now a huge contingency of people who are like, we will never fuck with them no matter what. It's like, this happened, so now we're never going to fuck with them. And I get it. So it makes sense. It kind of makes sense. That's kind of the direction they got to go. But I don't think it'll be a bad one. Like, I was talking about, it was funny, too. So Ronnie Radke put out, Falling in Reverse would be the band. They put out their song Ronald, and it cracked me up. Yeah, 3 days, 2.5 million views. Dance Gavin Dance will be fine. They'll be fine. But what was I saying before? Dance Gavin Dance will be fun. Oh yeah, so it's funny too. My favorite thing, I saw a bunch of this with Dance Gavin Dance. I saw the lead singer of Counterparts does this every time Dance Gavin Dance starts trending because Tillian did some shit. But obviously it's easy to get on board. Hey, the shit we're pretty sure he did, that's bad shit. But then they always go into and I never liked the music anyway, which that always just felt like, all right, we're already accusing him of rape. Like, you don't have to show that you're like, I actually hate him a little bit more than you guys. I don't even like the music. And All right. Well, the music's great. Like you're just I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be a fanboy, but bro, you got what? 9 like there's 9 albums out. 9 or 10 albums. They don't got any good songs. Suck my dick. You know what I mean? You don't get this hardcore of a fan base willing to look past so much if you're a bad band. So these people who are like Dance Gavin Dance sucks ass. You can suck my ass because that's inaccurate. You are wrong about that. I disagree. I'm Andy Malfrey and I disagree with you. But regardless, we got a video to watch and a video to talk about. This is and I'm very intrigued. I want to take bets. I'm thinking in my head like what's the over under? They already have the new singer. And I know Ronnie Radke tweeted he's the new lead singer of Dance Gavin Dance. I'm almost 100% certain that was a troll. I assumed it was a troll, so I didn't do anything to double check that info. But yeah, I'm almost 1,000% certain that was a troll. I'm assuming they're just gonna do what they did when they didn't take Tillian on that one tour. That would make the most sense. Cause yeah. They already have Andy there to do the vocals. They can call up what's his face. What was that? They called up the guitarist of Veil of Maya, I think the band's called. I apologize. I think that's what the band called. Yeah, so I think I'm assuming they're just going to do what they did on tour. Now, I'm guessing this is going to be lyrics with Andy. Because I think the kicking out of Tillian was planned. I think they were going to do that. I think they knew they were going to do that for a while. So I'm assuming this is without... Well, let's just see. There's no way to figure out unless we watch. So let's find out who the lead singer is. Solid move. Knew we were all going to be curious who the lead singer was. Let's start out with John screaming. Let me get a little more juice on this. Also, shout out to Rise Records for not kicking Dance Gavin Dance off. I've been making this point. It is actually, it's not that risky to have a backbone. So, and especially with a lot of this canceling shit, just fucking wait. Like if you're the head of whatever company or whatever that controls this entity, just wait. You know what I mean? Like wait 2 weeks or so. No, don't just drop say we're going to do an internal investigation. We're going to do a review, blah, blah, blah. Wait for it to die and, wait for it to die down and then go from there. Sorry, I want to see what that Instagram account was called. Eat with Gabi. Because I wouldn't put it past them to make a Instagram for this guy. So it sounds like that's still sorry, I'm looking up Eat with Gabi. Ooh, it does exist. It does exist. Eat with Gabi is a real, here we go. Yeah, Eat with Gabi is a real Instagram account. Go check that shit out, I guess. That sounds like Tillian, but it does sound like they may have, I don't know. His voice sounds different. Like they put more shit on top of it. But that sounds like Tillian. Because I was like, I couldn't tell if it was Tillian or Andy. But then at one point. Yeah, because right there you heard Andy, who's got like a little bit higher than the mid-range vocals, go, I'll always prove you wrong. And then that high-pitched scream Tillian would always do. So this must be shit they've had before. Seems like the audio... Dude, being in this band is such a mess. It's got to be so stressful. Because there's always like an asterisk on every fucking release. Oh, man. So, yeah, it sounds like that's Tillian. Not to be distracted with trying to figure out whose voice that is. There's probably people watching being like, it's obviously Andy's or it's obviously. But yeah, I'm not super familiar with Andy's voice, so it sounds like it could be Andy the whole time, but I might be fucking wrong. But I will say, solid song too. Definitely has that solid core sound we like in the sort of modern Gavin Dance iteration, where it's not as crazy and hectic. It's a lot more fun and locked in, but still gives you that powerful prog vibe too. Good screams and good vocals and all that. You know, definitely some tried and true DGD right here.
I'm stacking pins and songs 'cause it takes my pain away.
Hell yeah, there we go. That was the Dance Gavin Dance. I like throwing out the 2 new songs at the same time. I wonder if that's going to be reflective on similar how last time they put out like an hour-long album. So maybe they just got so much music. They're like, we'll just give you 2 out of the gate, and giving you the double pack music video seems a little bit more special. Like they're like, hey, we got extra for you. We love you that much. We got extra. Yeah, man, I definitely like the second song a lot better. First song was good. First song was very good. It just sort of fell into the general Dance Gavin Dance mold we've heard a bunch of times before, but I've talked about it many a time. Bands, a lot of bands out here, they kind of repeat themselves. It's not a deal breaker. It's just when they, excuse me, it's not a deal breaker. It's just when they kind of figure out a way to break out of the pre-established mold they've given you. It's much more interesting. I always make it akin to, I don't know. It's like if you had a bunch of hot blonde chicks and they all had slightly different faces. You're like, they're all unique in their own little way, but this is getting repetitive and shit like that. And then, when you see a brunette with a big nose, but it's like hot that they have the big nose, you're like, that fucking rules. Give me that big nose lady. I love her. I don't know. I'll figure out an example next time without ladies in it. Anyway, I like that second song a lot more. It was very fun. I'm a sucker for fast shit. I like the sort of interchanging moods throughout the whole thing. It was very poppy with the fast parts. It was more poppy. I don't know if you could really categorize Dance Gavin Dance as very poppy, but it was more poppy than the other shit. And then going into heavier parts and all that noise was very sick. The ending of it stood out the most to me because they were kind of doing, and this kind of happened earlier in the song too, where Dance Gavin Dance, I don't know if I'd call them a metalcore band, but they definitely toy with a lot of things that their contemporaries would sort of turn into a crutch. And a lot of bands in general, it's their go-to move because it works. You know what I mean? I'm not even necessarily shitting on it with the bands that, immediately hit the sort of breakdown we've heard 1,000 times, because that's why we're still hearing it, because it's fun. It's fun and good music. You don't decide to like good music. Good music gets you going. So that's why bands overutilize certain things. But at the same time, you got to respect a band that sort of, you can hear them getting tempted with it, but they don't go full blown. So that breakdown part at the end, it was interesting because it was a thing you've heard a bunch of bands do, but you never really heard Dance Gavin Dance do it. So it was a little bit more special when they do it. It's just being like, yo, is Dance Gavin Dance throwing in chuggas? I never really heard them do a chugga before. So it made it a little bit more special. But then combining it with the way that they were doing the vocals, where it was more sing-songy and shit. It wasn't like a gang vocal in the traditional sense, but it was much more sing-songy. So it was sort of taking something that would sort of be a prototypical hardcore breakdown and cutting through it with the sing-songy lyrics, changes it into a whole new thing. So you can take something we've heard 1,000 times before and create a brand new spin on it. So shit like that I like. I thought the utilization of the double bass on the verses and then changing it over to a much more poppy chorus and shit like that, that shit ripped. Straight From the Heart is my favorite out of the two, but the two are both pretty damn good. So hell fucking yeah.